After hours of reading through your creative suggestions, I have finally sketched out some of my favorite ideas. Hi, I'm Mr. Gentiles. I teach middle school math using storytelling and art. Follow along if you like that idea. Let's talk about the Cliff Triver. Again, I'm trying to teach my children how to understand that a height and a base of a triangle need to be connected by a perpendicular line, and why it's not usually one of the sides unless it's a right triangle. Let's take a look at this example. The base of our triangle, it represents water, and the tip, the furthest point from our water, represents the top of our cliff. The triangle here represents a mountain. The diver of the cliff is jumping from the top of the cliff all the way down into the water, and the length of the height is the length that that cliff diver will fall into the water. My only question about this representation is we have to extend the water here to make sure that the cliff diver falls into the water, and I think that might confuse students who worry that the base here, they might not think it's 10, they might think the base of that triangle is the entire water. Let's check out the next one. The water slide ladder. You can see the suggestion right here, and let's take a closer look. This is a water park suggestion where the top of our triangle represents the top of two slides. You have one slide going this way, one slide going that way, and this person has to climb a ladder to get up to the very tippy top. This is the first suggestion that I think includes an idea for the right angle that form, that rectangle This is the first suggestion that includes an idea for the there's a square where the base and the height meet, and so I wanted a story to include something about that. So this story, the RMS Titanic, does just that. Our triangle represents the Titanic at the very top, or any ship that's floating currently. The very top is someone at the very top throwing down a flotation device to someone floating in the water. Again, here the base of our triangle represents the water, and that straight line down from the very top represents a rope being dropped down, and this little square that gets drawn at the perpendicular angle that is not here and that is not here, that represents a flotation device. Next suggestion, Altitude Airlines. The top vertex is an airplane, and then at the bottom we have grass. What I like about this model is that this base that extends past the base, we can represent that as water. And you can think of the top of the vertex as where the airplane is, and dropping out of that airplane is a package. Will it land in the water, or will it land inside the shape where the grass is green? Now here, the only question I have, again, we do have a representation for what the square is. That is a package that could be dropped from the plane, and it could be landing at the bottom. My only question is here, what does the area of that triangle represent in this story? It kind of doesn't attach anything to the story. Look how good I am at drawing planes. Don't let your inability to draw planes that look like planes stop you from being an artist. And now for a story that I think includes every piece that I need it to for my students to really understand. The base in this model represents the length of grass. So we have an area of grass. The height of our triangle represents a ladder that goes to the very, 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 very tippy top of this, which represents a watch light. The reason I really like this is because now we have our additional sides representing beams of light, and the area of this triangle represents all of the space that is covered with light, all of the space that is lit up. So look, in this model, we have our guard who's sitting at the top. He's climbing down, he's sliding down the ladder, and he reaches the bottom. When he reaches the bottom, he's not going to be in light because he's not within the area of this triangle. So he's still dropping down from the top of the point, but when he lands there on the ground, he's gonna have to run towards that, I think it's a zombie, I can't really tell. But yeah, awesome suggestion. But before you go, look at this one. It says, they gots to go so quick. There's a purple toxic pudding cloud, which I drew right here, coming from above, and escape is at the bottom in a speedy boat. I forgot to draw the boat, but which of these representations do you think would have helped you when you were learning about area? Particularly, if you may have been someone who confused why these sides of the triangle are not the height, but why this is. You have a base, a height, but not this. Why? And remember, I forgot.